Good evening. It's 6 o'clock on Friday, the 22nd of September 2017. Welcome and thank you for joining us tonight for the English edition of Aura News, bringing you the day's national top stories translated into English 6 days a week. State Police have continued with Operation Autumn 2017 for the checking and seizing of luxury vehicles and assets that are suspected to have been bought with profits raised from criminal activities. Today, police conducted a search in Vlore where they seized a vehicle, €6,000, several smartphones and arrested a person. According to a police notification, some vehicles have also been taken to the police department for more detailed verification, as well as some citizens being accompanied to the police station for further questioning. The police action in Vlore was aided by the Rapid Intervention Force from FEAR and began last night. Apart from the checking and seizing of vehicles, the police operation also aims at arresting people who have been declared wanted. The Minister for Europe and Foreign Affairs of Albania, Bushati, together with his Italian counterpart and the UN Women's Organization, participated in the event Women Mediator Networks, From Paper to Practice. The Italian Foreign Minister, the UN Women's President and the UN Secretary-General Special Advisor stressed the importance of women's participation in mediation processes. They asserted with conviction that efforts for peace require everyone's contribution, especially women, considering their central role in both the family and society. They noted that the partnership for peace through various mediation networks is indispensable for overcoming the challenges of the world and, in particular, the Mediterranean region that are facing. The meeting focused on opportunities, prospects and potential challenges that women mediator networks must face in order to contribute to inclusive and sustainable peace-building initiatives. In particular, the meeting discussed the contribution that women mediator networks can provide to countries, regional organisations and the UN in engaging in processes of mediation, conflict prevention and post-conflict reconciliation. Minister Bushati stressed Albania's support for the establishment of networks and praised the important role these mediation networks play in the areas where women are protagonists. The Albanian minister underlined the irreplaceable role that women can play in facing a number of challenges in the Mediterranean region today. Referring to the positions of women in Albanian society, Bushati emphasised that their levels of participation in leadership are increasing. It was noted that today they represented levels equal to 30% of parliament, 50% of the government, 45% of public administration and 25% of leading positions of diplomacy. Minister Bushati emphasised that women from Albania will be part of the network and will be committed to the success of the initiative. During his stay in New York, the Minister for Europe and Foreign Affairs, Bushati, also held a meeting with the Executive Director of the American Jewish Committee, David Harris, and members of the organisation. Minister Bushati briefed them on the new government's priorities, on the latest developments in Albanian-Israeli relations, and stressed the need to use all methods and opportunities to further strengthen collaboration. The Director of the Vetting Commission has sent a letter to the High Council of Justice and to the prosecution, asking for professional evaluations of judges and prosecutors within 15 days. The letter, sent electronically to the institutions, has been a subject of discussion in today's meeting of the High Council of Justice, which was headed by the President of the Republic, Ilir Meta. The President asked for the establishment of a working group which, in collaboration with the Independent Commission of Qualifications, will make sure that the procedures will be followed according to the legal framework. The now established working group is made up of 4 members, 3 from the High Council of Justice and 1 from the Ministry of Justice. The members expressed their commitment to cooperate with both Albanian and international institutions. The working group has been established a few days after the members of the High Council of Justice and the staff of the Independent Commission of Qualifications held an informal meeting about the way they will proceed with the evaluation of judges. The Council has not yet made a decision on the issue, though a decision is expected to be concluded upon at the next meeting. In today's meeting, the High Council of Justice also made an evaluation of 15 judges and approved some transfers of judges to different courts. The Democratic Party's chairmanship gathered yesterday. After the meeting, the DP chairman admitted that there were debates which he considered to be within the ethics. Mr. Basha admitted that the party's chairmanship unanimously voted in favour of making an analysis on the June 25 elections. Also, a working group will be established which will hold consultations with party members and work to make changes to the party's statute in order to make it possible for all voices of party members to be heard. The former Democrat MP Patozi commented on the meeting of the chairmanship, considering it to be an ugly mirror of the Democratic Party's degradation. Lul Zimbasha showed us that he does not accept those who have a different opinion from him into the party. I think that there are many members who want to see change in the Democratic Party. In case Lul Zimbasha does not accept this reality, we will not only be held responsible for the electoral catastrophe in the last elections, but also for the destruction of what has remained of this party. We will obligate Basha to hold another stance, declared Patozi, adding that the Democratic Party is the only party that holds elections first and then makes an analysis. Mr. Patozi emphasised that the Democrats should refuse Basha's leadership, considering this to be the only way for Basha to accept this reality. Tirana's Mayor, Vlore, announced today that 4 new areas will be turned into pedestrian areas in the coming months. Participating at the City Hall's activities organised for the Day with No Vehicles, the Mayor said that the area after the Ministry of Education, the neighbourhoods at the Block area, Mother Teresa Square and Italia Square will all be pedestrian areas. Regarding transport, the Mayor said that the revolution will come from electric vehicles. He appealed for citizens to use these vehicles for a cleaner environment. The Mayor also called on the Urban Transport Association to buy electric buses, or otherwise the City Hall will be the one to offer this service. I have told the urban transport companies that the race is not with other companies, but with the City Hall, which is preparing to create its own company. The operators must run and buy electric buses if they still want to continue their work. Otherwise, the City Hall will do this, and I believe we will do a better job, just like we did with the cleaning system, declared the Mayor. Regarding the Day with No Vehicles, the Mayor said that the number of citizens who responded to the initiative this year is higher when compared to the previous year. Starting this morning at 6 and continuing until midnight, traffic has been blocked at Skanderberg Square, the main boulevard near the Palace of Congress, Mother Teresa Square, the New Bazaar area, 3 roads in the Block area and near the Ministry of Education. The City Hall, in collaboration with other institutions, has organised different events and activities focusing on culture and the protection of the environment. The Day with No Vehicles aims to educate citizens on using their vehicles less frequently and contributing to the protection of the territory. Representatives from 24 business associations held a meeting today with the Minister for Entrepreneurship, to whom they presented their concerns regarding the protection of entrepreneurship and spoke about several other problems. Regarding the government's operation against informality, the head of the Chamber of Commerce asked for all businesses to be checked and noted that state structures should be careful with this operation. Meanwhile, the Minister for Entrepreneurship assured that abusive enterprises by officials will not be tolerated and that severe measures will be taken against any officials who attempt to take bribes from entrepreneurs. The Minister also offered complete support to businesses and promised the removal of all unnecessary bureaucracies. The government and administration will be at your disposal without condition. This will happen by creating an effective platform which will provide for direct communication between us. The platform will help us to strengthen your role and to lead entrepreneurship towards successful models. The Prime Minister has set a clear and concrete mission to fight against any official who hampers operations or takes bribes. This will happen through the government's partnership with businesses in order to set the foundations for a more modern, innovative and social Albania, said the Minister. That's all for our English edition this evening. My name is Alexandra. Please join me again Monday through Saturday at 6 p.m. for your local news in English. On behalf of Aura News, thank you and good night.